that time again. It's the Split Peak Sioux podcast. I'm your host, Neil Carney, and I'm here today with a zany individual, funny guy, talented, and his name is Neftali Espino. Nef, how's it going today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, yeah. Hanging in there, just going through the motions of life. And
Totally.
Here
There's a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
Emotions involved too, yeah.
Motions, emotions. We're by the ocean. So just everything's going on. But I'm stoked to be here with you today. Just let me know what you've been up to today.
Today, in particular, I went to what I thought was the Board of Supervisors meeting to bring up just an issue on the coast, the trash issue, you know. I started off just picking up trash because it bugged me on the way to work. You know, I've been picking up trash forever. Everyone has. It's like, but like, I felt like this year I could make a difference because I have a lot of resources on my side, a lot of friends and stuff. And so I started off small, and then as I got bigger, I started getting more. I was like, oh, what am I doing just picking it up? I'm like, I put a trash can out, and then it was an Andy Irons trash can. I was trying to think like how these people are making up all this stuff in AI. Well, I just made it up. I made an AI can, right? We all love AI, right? So that one. And so I came back the next day and it was half full, and I was all excited. And then like it just graduated to where now I have 11 cans that I service on my way to work, you know, which I call my yellow brick road, you know. So I'm just trying to keep it clean for everybody. And I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm not doing my job if I don't pick it up, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the way to work, you know, so.
Yeah, so just for context, Neff has a shaping shop up on Highway 1. He spends a lot of time driving up and down the coast, and just took it upon himself to kind of saw a bunch of trash problem and decided to do what he could to kind of help that out, and just putting trash cans up and down the highway, right?
Yeah.
And what's it been like so far? Have you been noticing that they've been getting used a lot? Are people like catching on?
I did it as a social experiment, you know, because I'm right on that coast every day. I'm the first one there and the last one out, you know, so I see everything. And so that was my social test, that Andy Irons can, and it worked, right? And then as I started to start put more cans, I was noticing that people actually have the intention to throw trash away, but if there's nothing there for them to throw it in, then they don't have a choice, right? So I'm just trying to give them more choices, and yeah, it's been working out like really good. Like 4th of July was manageable, and I did a demonstration in my trailer where I emptied out all the trash and then rebagged it after I got the recycles, and it was like a third recycling. So there's a lot of CRV that we pay, and we don't have a lot of spots to get that back.
Yeah, just the amount of waste that we put out. People just put out hanging out at the beach. Of all places, you'd think that the beach would be a place where people would kind of understand we're out here by nature, trash gets in the ocean, but more often than not, people are just kind of chucking their stuff and not putting it away.
And then, yeah, there's certain individuals that do that, and then, but when I emptied out that trash for 4th of July weekend to show, just to make it like, hey, look at this recycling, like what kind of solution can we make out of this example that I made, right? I was super surprised. People were packing out their fireworks after they used them. Like, I've never seen that before, and that blew my mind a bit. In that going through the trash, I saw a lot of people bring back their fireworks, and I was impressed.
Yeah, that's great.
That's good. So those trash cans, they work.
Yeah, man, the 4th of July. I mean, I used to be super into it, and Pleasure Point growing up here as kids, we would just have firework wars. I can't remember what year it was, but somebody threw a fucking cherry bomb underneath the cop car, and the cops came down in like riot gear and stuff, and like marched down the street. It was pretty nuts. But this year, it was fucking crazy around my house, and my dog's like super, afraid of the fireworks.
You were supposed to have a sleepover.
Yeah, well,
but then it was good because my water, the pipe broke up the hill, so we didn't have water. So
yeah, well, yeah. So Ozzy, just like my dog, he just gets shell shocked, and it's like I used to be out there lighting the fireworks off too, but like as I get older and have my dog who's all super
sensitive,
yeah, he just gets rattled by it, and so I'm like super anti 4th of July. But we used to light off little firecrackers and stuff, but people were doing full mortars, just like lighting them off on the fucking streets. And yeah, there was trash all over the streets. So yeah, as I get older, I'm a little bit kind of like jaded, like the old guy, hey, your kid's gonna fucking, but yeah. I'm glad that people, saw the trash cans there that you put out and decided to pack their stuff up. So, hey man, that's like a really cool action in effect.
Right. And
then it happen.
Right. Because sometimes you feel like just as one person, like you can't get a lot done, And so I really put it out there because I had that resource, and of the time and where I'm at every single day. Right. So I was actually there, like, and now everybody wants to help. And I'm close to getting a nonprofit because there's too much trash, like just on the road all the time,
Yeah, well, that's an easy thing that you can do, and you're seeing results from it, so that's pretty dope. And then so after you did that, you were over chatting with Randy Cohn. What were you guys talking about?
I got a board from Ben Coffey that he likes for the lifeguard rescue, and I had done some repairs for them, and the boards were really like cumbersome and stuff, and I felt like, with the resources that I do have in the surfing with Randy, and I pretend like he's Anakin Skywalker and I'm Luke Skywalker. I just hand shape and he has the machine. But he knows, he's a master shaper, but like, so we just play this game, So I went to the dark side today, and I got a board we're going to work on for the lifeguards. So I felt that was okay to go to the dark side, so to speak, we're just making it up, but yeah. So we're going to redesign, we're going to make a new custom Santa Cruz lifeguard surfboard, and with the rescue and the pad and all that, logos.
Cool.
And hopefully it'll take off and it'll be a Santa Cruz product.
Yeah, and what's the thinking behind that? Lighter or just
just
a new board?
Yeah, because there's only one that's good out of all those boards. All the rest of them are kind of like, dude, the rails are huge, and so it just seemed like a fun project, to help the community,
Cool. Well, yeah, Randy's got years of experience, and he knows his way around that CNC cutting machine.
Oh yeah. I was videoing, and he was like doing all. I could tell he was tweaking out on it. He like it. That's his toy, He's got it so wired.
Well, yeah. So Neff is a surfboard builder, and let's we'll get into all of that. But why don't you just let the audience know a little bit about your history, where you were born, and how you grew up and were introduced to the beach lifestyle.
I was born in Morada, California, or Downey, which is like in that zone, and then grew up in Morada, Atlanta, Huntington, and then got introduced by my brother, and then through skating met guys that surfed, and then it was always that half-hour drive to Huntington, Beach Boulevard, Golden West, or Valley View, and a lot of good days there, and just Huntington had a lot of memories. I saw the adolescents when I was like 8 years old playing behind a liquor store.
Sick.
Yeah, it was insane.
That's epic. And well, yeah, there's Huntington Beach. They've got that They're close to LA, which, you know, it's in that Orange County zone. A lot of punk rock bands out of there as in Santa Cruz. And that whole surf skate lifestyle, just culture was just booming in the 80s. And so I'm taking it that the skateboard was the first thing that your first step towards towards the drug of surfing.
Right, exactly. And then once I started surfing, skating changed. Then it was all about carves and slashes and all those surf related slappies, doing them like a big floater, you know? And it was all surf related turns after that. Yeah, it's cool. Finding like big cement things, do carves and shit.
Yeah, I had a little like kind of a little curb outside my house. It's more like kind of like a little bump in the road, and just working on my surf slashes and stuff. And that's super fun. A great way to kind of train those muscles and get those reflexes while you're on dry land.
You're not doing it like the those videos they have on Instagram. That one.
Yeah, no.
That one.
The donkey that surf skater.
Some of them are embarrassing me to watch.
Oh yeah.
Like they're embarrassing me. Like almost, you know.
Cringe.
I'm like, what are you doing for? What are you doing to surfer's name? You know. Right there.
Well, dude, the internet, that everything's just gone.
You can see anything there.
Next level cringe. You could find any type of like goofy shit on there. But all right, well, cool. Skateboarding and surfing. What was your home life like as a young guy?
My home life was good. Yeah. My mom and dad are both from Mexico. And they got naturalized, and my dad retired as a fire captain for LA County, and so we did pretty good, you know. And but my you know, they lived pretty humble, and whatchamacallit, we never needed, we always were provided for, so it was really good because just I got lucky. Like I could have been a Baja bandit, you know, right? Living in Tecate, you know, that's where they met. And so my mom's number 17 of 18 kids. And so to be living the American dream, you know, and think about like my mom's history and my, you know, all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Just, you know, all the little coincidences and all the things that had to go right just to even get born on Earth in this time period. And then to be able to say, you know, even for all the things that are wrong with America, you know, we've got it pretty good. So to have that is privilege, you know.
Oh, yeah. Most of the time now we just have first world problems, you know.
Yes.
Sending a message is not going through, you know, traffic.
Yeah, the guy at Starbucks forgot to put those two extra pumps of hazelnut syrup into your fucking latte, and just the world's over.
Do you have those problems?
Sometimes, you know. Sometimes. Then I take deep breaths.
I like how you say that softly.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, what did your parents think about surfing and skateboarding?
Oh, well, the guys that I went surfing and skating were true surfers, stoners, you know. And so I started smoking pot, and my dad's a firefighter, and I wanted to be a pro skater too, you know. And so it was, they were trying to have me be responsible. And I went to Catholic school for 8 years, so I listened to a lot of stuff. I'm happy to be spiritual, and I believe in everything, you know. But it was rough, you know. They were heavy-handed at that school, and it was cutthroat. And I feel like being such a smartass, I learned a lot of it from being in Catholic school, because we were being good all day, and then when we got out, we were just like, the things we would say, you know, like we were just catching up or something. I don't know. It's crazy. It was funny.
It's like releasing the pressure from a pipe or something like
exactly,
that. You know,
yeah.
After school,
we were funny. It was funny. It was cool growing up, you know. I didn't know any better of being inland, so when I met the ocean, like, it was, you know, you're like, whoa, it's life-changing, you know.
Yeah. And were there in your town, I mean, I guess there was probably skater guys and stuff who were kind of living that kind of fast lifestyle, kind of like surfers here in Santa Cruz already. So But was there any time in your life where, when you got introduced to something like marijuana or something, and your parents or some people that put you in Catholic school, like I know my parents were not thrilled when I started smoking weed at like 13 years old. So what was that like how did they find out?
The first time I got high, I knew nothing about water. I knew nothing about Visine and gum. And I went home and I looked like Dave Chappelle, with Tyrone Biggins, with the chalk lips.
Yeah.
Just couldn't even make spit if I tried, right? And my eyes looked like I was, I worked, I was, I was so red eyed. Yeah.
And yeah, so personally, it was a big source of friction for me with my parents.
Oh my man, I was back in the era when you would get a whooping, dude, and I got caught a lot slipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did they ever kind of get over that?
No, not really. And then they accepted it a little bit, but then I got sponsored by my buddy Chris Boucher and Woody Harrelson in Costa Mesa, the Hempstead, and I was making hemp surfboards. I was sponsored. I was wearing hemp clothes all the time. I was like, oh, it felt like I was psyching, and it wasn't a lot, like $300 of clothes and free hemp, and I was making hemp boards, doing ASR shows, and they started to believe in it, and I gave them the hemp seed oil to take because it has a lot of the oils in hemp seed are like really like, I don't know what that word is, but it's like the same oils that are like in your body naturally. Hemp is like an amazing product.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like in all spectrums.
It's strong, like you can if you make a rope out of hemp, it's like
right?
super strong.
Our flag is made of hemp. Betsy Ross made that.
Yeah.
All the cannons had those fuses. Those were hemp. George Bush Sr. was saved by a hemp parachute.
Okay.
Henry Ford made a hemp and sisal cellulose Model A frame.
Yeah.
And then hemp fuel that burned 98% emission free.
Right.
And it grows with literally no water. It's pesticide free. The clothing doesn't mold, and on and on and on. And
yeah.
I think all the industrial revolution is just holding it back.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
because it made our country,
Yeah, the oil products,
Dude, that could change the whole oil thing. Everyone growing. How much land is there? You can harvest so much hemp.
Yeah.
Quickly,
Seems like a no-brainer, but
I know there's too many bigwigs involved.
And are you still interested in using hemp in your surfboards? Because my friend Chad Jackson down in Slow County down there, he's really into making those hemp boards.
Oh yeah.
And stuff.
I was one. I had met Chad through my friend Pete Anderson, who has a Aurora Island surf resort on the north of Mentawai, and then I showed Chad how to do the first hemp deck, and then showed him the technique, and then it wasn't anything crazy. It was just like, hey, this is how I do it, right? Mm-hmm. And then now I saw him not too long ago, and we were showing me his boards and stuff. It's so rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a lot of plugging away. Like when you're a shaper, fuck, it's so hard to keep going.
Definitely. And do you still use that stuff?
What, hemp?
Yeah.
I do. I haven't, I guess, because that's an extra stage, And so I'm just trying to actually catch up. But I want to make some specialty boards like that. But yeah, right now I'm just doing the fiberglass because I'm like double dipping, doing ding repairs, and I make my whole surfboard start to finish. So, I just I need to make one. I need to make you a hemp board.
That'd be sick.
How about that?
I'd be psyched.
Yeah, let's do that.
And so, just for my clarification, it's glass using like hemp rope, like that's how you lay the fibers down over the foam?
Well, see, what happened was down in San Clemente, I went to Timmy Patterson's shop, and he had a Hempstead label, and he had made them a board. and it was it looked like thicker fiber, you know, like kind of raw a little bit, like not the lightest one that you would choose. And then so I figured out how to still have it hemp, but I needed it to be lighter, and what would be strong was silk, right? So 60-40 hemp and silk or something like that blend, right? And it's really light, and I can make a board as light as a regular board. It's a cloth inlay, you know, you do that technique, nose to tail, and that replaces the deck patch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's at the ASR show, Titus Kiniyamaka came up to me, and I had this lei that was all pot leaves, but it was fake. You know, it was like, and he asked me, he's all, hey, could I? He asked me if I could have it, and I was all, oh my! I totally knew who he was, and he let me put it on him, and then so on the board, it had a 3/4 hemp deck, right? And so I'm all, check out this hemp deck. It's really strong. And he has a freaking thumbnail like this, like dark. And he put his finger through the fiberglass all the way in, dude. Pulled it out and then tried to do it on the hemp, and it didn't work. He goes, yeah, you're right. It's strong.
No way.
And I didn't even flinch. I was like, I knew exactly what to say. Nothing, right? Right on, Uncle.
Yeah, that's a sick story.
Yeah.
And how did you get introduced to surfboard building?
Let me think. How did I do that? I think, you know, I knew shapers, you know, I rode their boards. I never really got to get in their rooms or anything. But then when I moved to San Clemente, I really got to, like Los Molinos area. That's like the holy land right there. Like you could go walk in, people are cool. People are not cool or whatever, you know, or too cool. And I know, but you could learn a lot down there. It was sick.
And what's Los Molinos?
That's where all the boards are made in San Clemente.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The grotto.
What shapers work out of
Matt Biolis, Rick Rock, Timmy Patterson, Garth Day, Eric Ruminer, oh my God, Chris Kaysen, God, there's so many guys. And I'm sure there's a lot more new guys. Chris McElroy, rest his soul. And Midget Smith, rest his soul. And Brad Basham, rest his soul.
Wow, that's a pretty loaded kind of zone there with talent.
Bro, overflowing. Yeah. Oh, Daryl Butzko.
Okay.
He taught me a lot. Terry Martin. All those gnarly guys are down there. Yeah. It was rad. So I could just saturate, you know?
And, you know, shaping kind of more so back then, it was kind of like it's like the freaking Freemasons or something. No one's going to share any of their secrets.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. So, okay, this is what I did. I was just a realist, right? And so the first time I tried it out, I went to Chris McElroy, and he's reading the newspaper, and he's totally hairy guy, and he's got these big chops too, right? He looks like a biker with a shirt off, bro, like hair. And so he's reading the newspaper, and I come in, and he goes, what do you want, Grom? And I put a 12-pack of Tecate, and I put a quarter of weed, and I go, will you show me how to do the bottom of a board with a planer? And he looked at it, he goes, sure. And he put the paper down, and then he had the sickest room. It was painted like, kind of like a sunset, the color, you know, like a fade. And he whipped it out, like, not like he was, you know, like he did it, like he knew it like nothing, right? And wah, 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 in like 6 minutes. And then he goes, that's how you do it. And then he sat down and started reading his paper. And I was like, oh, killer, thanks. And I went home and I looked at my planer and I just go, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
So, but I use what he showed me like in all my boards. So it's cool. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, just a lot of practice.
Yeah, that's a valid currency and for a lot of those shaper guys, especially back then, you know.
Yeah. And then Rick Rock, I did that same thing too. I was like, hey, can I go in your shaping room and measure your lights off the floor? Like I wanted to make a diagram of a room because I knew that's what was special, was a good room, right? And so I did that. My dad welded and he made me custom racks. And then I gave Rick another token of appreciation, and he gave me a shaping lesson and maybe some templates. He's a legend too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And how was it like moving from La Morada to a place like San Clemente, where I could imagine that like Santa Cruz, it's pretty guarded with the surf culture, like as far as like embracing outsiders. Did you find any similar vibes like that down there at the time?
Oh, they're everywhere. They're in every town, USA, surf town. I mean, because I moved to Huntington first, and then Laguna Beach for a little bit, and then San Clemente. But yeah, surfers are surfers, you know. But I hung out with all the cool ones, you know, that we all got along, you know, busted each other's balls and had a good time, skated hard, drank hard, smoked hard, you know, just young life.
And where were you surfing most of the time down there?
North of the pier, 204s.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a sick wave.
Yeah. And they have a reef outside that we used to go to all the time, West Reef. And you could dive it during the summer and get fish. And then we would all paddle out there on longboards, backpack, Hawaiian sling. And then we would get geared up, and then we would connect the leashes with another one. And somebody would dive down to an empty, to an old stuck lobster trap, and we'd tie off.
Oh.
So our stuff wouldn't, you know, we'd look, you know, they wouldn't blow off course.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we would surf that reef too. It's got a left and a right off of it.
Really? Is it?
Yeah.
How is it? Is it decent?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my logos is that. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
And which big name surfers were in San Clemente at that time?
Oh my God, which one
That
was
you got
it?
to rub
Which one
shoulders
was it?
with? Yeah.
Yeah, Dino, Matt Archibald, all the McNulty brothers, Georgia, and the Smith girls. There's so many stars that San Clemente's like Santa Cruz. There's a fucking lot of stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day I was out at West Reef by myself, and I was asking my friends. They're like, "No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go." And these people paddled up, and I'm like, "Oh, now you wanted to come out?" They're all, "What?" And it was Greg Long when he was like 15 or 16, Mike Lostness, and some girl. And I told him, "Sorry, I thought you were my friends. I was messing around." And we surfed out there. It was really good.
Cool.
But that was cool to like see Greg so young and like, bro, won the Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg's so cool. He's such
Fucking
a nice.
He died, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking savage. Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's still charging too. I seen some clips. He posted him down in Puerto recently.
He's really generous with the Santa Cruz guys. Like a couple of the guys told me that he had helped him out with the price of the safety lessons that he does in Half Moon Bay.
Okay.
So that's cool. Shout out to Greg for sure.
Yeah, the Big Wave Risk and Assessment Group.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming from a lifeguard background, right?
Yeah,
Family.
definitely.
Right?
Well, that's sick. And let's just kind of get a little bit more into your shaping. Like, it's might be a dumb question, but when did
I got a dumb answer for you.
Yeah, when did the name for your surfboard company came out, and what was that all about?
That's a dumb one. Your pillow's slipping a little bit on my butt. But you want to hear something funny? It's like I was like, I can't put my name on my first surfboard like Neff surfboards, because what if it sucked? They go, Neff sucks, right? They say that now, you know, still. But it's cool. I like it. Keeps me motivated. But so I was like, Homegrown. I like that name. It meant a lot of things, you know. Meant herbs mostly. And then, but the actual, I was going to say pronunciation, the actual definition is grown or produced in a particular local area or native to a local area. Mm. So that's, you know, and then there's so many homegrown things. Annie's homegrown. There's like all the products have homegrown on it.
Yeah.
It's a universal name, so it's cool. I like it.
Well,
I think it means good, you know?
And what was it like trying to I know if you're a shaper, you know, you can ride your own boards and you can kind of like deal with that, like maybe being like super jazzed or maybe like turned off or like discouraged by your own shapes. But at a certain point, some of your friends might have started to get boards and stuff. And What was that like, shaping boards for your friends, and how was the feedback?
I remember this particular moment where I was at 204s and I was surfing my board, and my friend was riding a McElroy who taught me how to make boards, right? And we switched out there. I came in on that board first, and my friend's like, "Hey," he's all, show my friend your board. He wants to get one from you." And I had the McElroy, and I remember the look on that guy's face, like, "Oh, that's not your board." I'm all, and I told him that I switched, but from that day on, I never rode another board in my life because I knew that you're supposed to only ride your own board, and I figured that would be the learning curve because I would have to suffer writing my own stuff, and I was surfing good, so I was like, oh well, this is what I want to do, and then but it ended up working out. Like, yeah, just rode my own boards, and they got better by only riding my boards. Yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
And so, at what point did that become something that you just like decided to go all in on, surfboard building?
Shit. Maybe after the five. I've been doing it for a long time, right? And I probably didn't try hard enough for a bunch of times. I had a lot of crazy peak moments, and like probably didn't take advantage of them as good as I could have, you know? And then, I like having a good time, and I was having way too good of a time, like all the time. So, but they're memories and they're stories that I remember and as lessons, and ones I can't remember, I forgot.
Yeah.
Somebody told me the other day, remember that board you made me at Davenport? I'm all, no. I honestly told him I didn't, and I still think about it. I'm all, fuck. When was that? I'm trying to pull up that file, dude. That's an X file.
Yeah, you got
A Nef file.
Yeah, there's a disrupted file there, but well, it happens.
Yeah, minor.
And in the interim, like kind of what were you doing financially in those years?
Being creative. Like when I learned how to shape, I was a roofer. So, and I had a construction background. So I like to do everything, right? I didn't want to just do one thing. Although I did do roofing as a singular thing. But when you do more construction, you can doing this or that part of the construction, right? So I was a roofer, and then, yeah, that was making money so I could make boards. And then it just started to where I kind of like got like a little dream job. I got this really cool house right behind a church. They were hiring as a maintenance guy. So I worked there for 4 hours a day. I lived behind it. And then I had a killer garage in the back and a guest house. Rat Boy would stay with me, and he would win all those air contests. He'd come home with $10,000 checks. All my friends were like, bro, are you going to have a barbecue? They all wanted to hang out with Rat and just like check him out.
Sick.
Yeah.
How'd you meet him in the first place?
From at the hemp festival, or was that? Well, no, I already know. That's a good question, but I don't know. He used to stay at my house. So then when I came up there, the first place he took me surfing was a little north of Santa Cruz, and we surfed every spot all the way to Swift.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe I'll remember that thought if we keep talking.
It's okay. Ratty's a good guy. He's
legend.
Doing his fishing stuff. And don't see him out surfing that much, but he will always love Rat Boy. He's a fucking gnarly surfer, dude. He's just like, he could ride anything. You know? He could ride a skateboard.
Oh, I made him on that surf. He had me make this Aladdin slipper. It was like kind of thick, but like it was really short. And then where the track top went, he wanted it dug out in the tail, so it would be all level and stuff. And I remember he was popping airs on that the first time he surfed it, when we did that surf from north to what you call it, Swift Street.
Sick.
We got out of the rocks and we walked to his house. He lived across from Natural bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, yeah, he's like a really talented longboarder too. His dad was like the guy at
Collins
Cal's.
Cove.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, you kind of talked a little bit about meeting Rat and then coming up to Santa Cruz, but when did you make the full-time move up north here?
99.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the impetus for that? What was the decision to make that? That's a long way to come.
Right. Shucks. Well, for being honest, right? I was gonna have a kid, right? And so the mom had hyperemesis, which is where they get depleted because like somehow the baby is just draining them, and the baby's stronger than their heartbeat, right? And so there was a lot of family care up there, and I was like, fuck, like I want to move up here. Like I could do it, I make surfboards, whatever. And I came up here and I moved to Ben Lomond to the top of Love Creek. So I got country really quick. And then, we had a home birth, and I lost our son in a home birth. Yeah. And I know, right? It was heavy. And then, then my daughter was born next year on Mother's Day. And I felt like it was like some kind of spiritual universe, like get out of jail free card of me going crazy, And and then I didn't shape for a year. I didn't shape for 1 year. I remember that. Mm-hmm. And but I kept going because I knew all these killer guys like Brett Haynes. He would call me SoCal Tranny Maggot. I loved him. I didn't know we could get to the lane from Ben Lomond in like under 12 minutes. That is scary in his car, bro. Bro, he's gnarly. He's so uncomfortable to surf with. He would yell at everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a legend, dude.
It's a product of Santa Cruz is kind of like just nar localism.
Mick nar. Yeah, exactly.
Dude. Yeah, I love Brett.
I got to fire him twice.
You did?
He worked for me and I fired him twice. That's my claim to fame.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Boulder's still in Kauai.
No, he passed away.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he passed away not that long ago.
Holy shit. Mm-hmm. That's right. Oh God, I forgot about that.
Right. I forget how long it was.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago, or maybe less. Damn.
Yeah.
Man, that's a shame. But yeah, he held it down on the west side, He was, cracking heads, and he was took the torch from VC.
Oh yeah, he was the next Yeah, that was his protege.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so you had some tragedy, but then you had a daughter, and that must, like you said, is like a second chance.
Oh, totally, second chance at life. And I worked for Bonnie Doon Vineyard. You know that whole Quonset hut where West End Tap Room is all the way to New Leaf? That was barren land. And then we took apart the Quonset hut on the inside and gutted it out and made the winery. And then Randall Graham, he still lives on Walnut. I see him all the time. He drives a French car, La Cigar. And he's a legend. One of the few employers that would pay you 2 weeks' pay for Christmas. That was his gift. What a legend, right?
That's super rad.
Yeah, no one's doing that move. Not at my work.
All right, so you built a shape. You were living up by Ben Lomond, right?
Yeah, I was living in Ben Lomond when I started, and then I moved to Market Street. And I was living with Matt Stelk, Strider's dad.
Yeah.
And we were bartenders at the Fog Bank.
Nice.
Oh, gee, that's out of control.
I bet.
Yeah, out of control.
Stelker.
Yeah. And so then I just kept bouncing around. Had a lot of spots.
And then eventually you moved back up north.
Yeah.
And you were one of the victims of the fire.
Yeah.
When was that?
That was August. It started August 16th at like 3 a.m. Lightning storm. 13,000 plus strikes to the ground, right? And then let's see, on the 19th, the fire reached our place, and it was like napalm. It was so gnarly. And then, our my, I lived with my girlfriend and our two boys, her boys, but they're my stepsons. You know, I've known them since they were like, 6, and that burned that 4-bedroom house, burned my surf shop right there. My other friend's house that was right there, a little cabin, and then I had another cabin that I was trying to save for my daughter. It was a little 2-bedroom, and that burned, and then so I had to start over from that.
That's intense.
Yeah, in one day, I was all fuck. I've never. It was straight out of a movie. I've never like. I was like, what? I was like walking around my shaping room, and all that was there was metal corrugated on the pile of ash, and I would see the metal tools still there, and I was all fuck. I found a couple that I wanted to find, but like, I had like 6 or 7 motorcycles, and they were just aluminium in my chainsaw. Every tool I ever owned. So that was a wake up call, you know,
Crazy.
to take life serious, and that this has been my 6th year send because I believe in making boards, you know, and I was all fuck. If you're ever gonna do it, it's now or never, you know, and so yeah.
Like a sign from God or something.
Oh yeah, well, he made me. I worked for it, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm stoked where I'm at right now. It's good.
So what was that like though? Like, did they evacuate you guys?
No,
like,
we went and lived with my landlord. We like, I say it funny. My landlord's daughter Michelle, she laughs. I go, yeah, we surrendered ourselves, right? But we kind of did. We're like, hey, here we are. You know, like, what do you want us to do? And we all lived together at his house, and we all worked together, and we cut every tree that was in the road for like up a mile, maybe a mile, a little longer, and then up to where we got water at our Berry Creek intake. And then as we got to the top, we measured all the pieces that were melted, because a lot of them were underground, and then they had to like span the turn on the hillside. So we had to dig them out 2 feet, clean it up, glue them up and stuff. And we did that whole hillside in like 2 weeks. And I got FEMA money. And in 1 week, I built a shaping room. It went from perfect flat 1-footers to like a really sick California historical winter. And I did 60 ding repairs a week. And just like went ding repairs, bank, Home Depot, and then just back and forth.
wow.
That's how the ding repairs saved my life. Yeah.
Let's talk about ding repair really quick for a second, because
You need a tip?
well, yeah, I definitely do. I'm really not good at it, but that's one thing that, you know, every surfer should know a little bit of basic ding repair skills. But
Right.
what do you think it is about ding repair that is so frustrating that like most surfers don't want to deal with it and they want to give it to someone like yourself to fix it?
I think first and foremost is that they maybe do the first part correctly, you know? They get because you can get better at everything you do, right? So you clean it up really good, you scratch it, get all the dust off, you know, and then you can make a filler, and then you fill it, and less is more or less, right? And so you're not. But I see some guys putting some boogers on there. I'm like, bro, you didn't even like try. You threw it on there or whatever, right? But then what happens is when they do that, usually they only have one resin, the lamb resin, right? They don't have the wax resin, the sanding coat. So you cannot sand like laminating resin very good. It looks like shit. And then when you put hot coat on there, it makes it like, it's crazy. It's molecular. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's molecules that you added wax to it, and then it kind of baffles me too, because you're coating the board that's all laminated, and then you're sanding and then you coat the whole board, and then it's sandable. but like it'll allow you. It won't like really tell you like, oh, you're like you're hitting laminate resin anymore. It kind of saturates the whole board like with that a little. I don't know. It's crazy because I've seen people sand through their boards, and they're all, oh, bro, I thought it was gonna get sticky or something. I don't know. It's stony,
Yeah, it's definitely a trick. That's what happens to me is like,
but it's not very. I mean, it's not hard. It's just an additive, you know.
you gotta have all the right tools, all the right supplies, everything like they're set out for you in the right place where it needs to be, or else you're gonna be running around with the chicken like with its head cut off and fucking up some step.
I've seen that in Kauai. Dude, they're just like running head first, like
No way.
no head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. And okay, so but it's a lucrative thing, right? You know, a lot of people are fucking their boards up. So
oh yeah, you know, you make more money doing ding repairs, but they all take time. There's like, I was talking to Pat. He's like, the minimum ding repair price should be $30. I mean, even a tiny one, it takes 30 minutes. Like, because you have to prep it, you have to do whatever, you put it in the sun. You know, you're babysitting it for 30 minutes nonstop if you're trying to get it done, right? There's a time card to every ding repair, but you make a lot more money stacking dings than making custom boards. Custom boards is like that's what keeps me afloat. I mean, not afloat, but like, you know, a lot. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing all these dings so I can shape.
yeah.
Because it takes longer. Like I'm not in a hurry shaping a board sometimes.
Right. Yeah. So there's the time investment. It's, you know, quite an expenditure of resources too. You got to buy all the materials.
Sometimes I can bang out a board in 2 hours, hand shape. Sometimes I'll take a day, you know, like a Mavericks gun. Fuck. I'm taking a while. Like that's a lot of responsibility, you know.
Definitely.
By hand, you know.
What was the first Mavericks gun that you shaped? Do you remember when that was?
Who was that for? I should know that. You got another question?
Okay, well, just walk me through shaping a Maverick board. How is that different than a
you
regular
walk
board?
9 feet that way, then you walk 9 feet this way. Well, actually, you go past it about a foot. So, and then you do that like 10,000 times.
Yeah. Well, was there anybody who gave you some tips, or because that's a big deal, shaping a board for somebody who's going to put their life on the line riding it?
Well, see, like not having anything, you know, and then looking at everything in a different like perspective, right? So when I was on fire doing all those ding repairs, I was touching the best boards. Like I fucking was making templates, all these things. Like I was feeling the boards, going, okay, this is what I need to make. I'm looking at them in the shadow. I'm all right. I'm like, you know, save, right? Marcia, you know, sharp eyes, lost, everything. Everybody's boards. I was looking at them like, do this, don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if you use what is in front of you, like you can come up with something. So I just started like studying good boards to get like more information and in my head, you know, for sculpture, right?
Yeah, well, you're looking at the rails, the templates, the concave, and all that stuff, and yeah, it's, you know, it's got to be good for any shaper to touch as many surfboards as they can, just to see what people are riding,
right?
You know?
And not get their feelings hurt. They're all like, I really like this board. Can you make? I think it's easier for me because see, I mimic, right? You bring in a board like I don't have in my template library. I'll template it, copy the nose, 12 inches from the nose, 12 from the tail and center. The fin placement, if they really like that board, I need to put the fins in the same spot so I'm going for like, you know, I'm going for as close as I can to this, you know, in my best version, you know, and yeah, I don't know. I literally just make it up. Like I even forgot the question again.
Yeah, well, no,
What was the question?
Just talking about, being a dinghy repair worker and touching a lot of surfboards and being able to use that to influence your own shapes.
Yeah.
So you answered my question.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to shape good boards. You know what I mean? So all the templates that I have, they're all good shapes, right? So all I have to do is remember what they look like, in my head and what a good board looks like, and do that.
And
To Drew Down.
Yeah.
In the OAKLAND.
Yeah, you're pretty into your rap music. What other kind of music do you listen to when you're shaping?
I like country. I like Western. And that's all there is. No, I'm just kidding around. Country. I like rap. I like punk. I like rock. I like I've been listening to that. It's kind of like, I don't know what you would call that. It's like electric music. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe electronica.
Electronica, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes there's no words. Like that song, like it like you could just daydream, right? And create a story out of a song,
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm always looking for a magic song. I don't know what I want to play. I need to be Axl Rose. I need to be Drew Down. I need to be, whoever.
And different
I take
moods.
it on when I play that song,
Yeah. So do you play different music for different parts of the surfboard building?
Sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally listen to reggae too. I forget, but you're gonna go slow on when you're on that part. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick.
Yeah.
Okay,
True.
so shaping a Mavericks board.
Yes.
Who do you got riding your boards up at Mavericks these days?
Right now, I have Jason Stark, Ion Banner, Jeff Kafka, and his son Zach, and their son. Oh man. Okay. And their youngest son. I'm just spacing out. I wanted to call him a different name, but let's see who else. I got some toe boards up there. Jack Sutherland. I've made a board for Grant Washburn. I did an edge board for him. I need to do another version. I need to buy a different blank. You know what I mean? The blank that I had didn't yield perfectly what I wanted, but it's okay. And then Gordo, and yeah, there's and Zoe Chait. She's riding my toe boards. Yeah, she got the cover of Surfer like in May, and then she got nominated for Wave of the Winter on my board last year, and that was the first board that I gave her. I asked her if I could make her a board, and their whole family. I love them, and like I asked if I can make a board, and she's like, "I'll ride for Sharp Eye," like, but yeah, and I'm all, yeah, no worries, I had to ask, and then one day she goes, "Hey Neff," she goes, "Sharp Eye doesn't shape toe boards." She's like, "I found your loophole," and I made her that toe board, and that first toe board accomplished those two things, and it's insane.
That's sick.
She's on fire. Yeah.
And
you see her at Toto's?
No.
Bro, she was going crazy, like doing airdrops.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got what it takes to be one of the...
Oh, yeah, she has the whole town behind her. It's so rad.
That's sick.
All the girls that I talk to in Santa Cruz, they all look up to her, so that's insane.
That's way sick.
Yeah.
And speaking of toe boards, you work with the Mells, working on some toe boards?
Oh, yeah. I did I did some boards with Pete, and yeah, I made Anthony a board, and then I do their ding repairs. But yeah, Pete and I worked on some projects. He had Britt Merrick designs for Al Merrick, for Merrick boards, or no, you would call it Channel Islands, right? I mean,
I'm not sure what
you call them all of it. They all mean the same thing to me, right? Like one of the best brands in the world, right? And so he had it CNC'd at Randy's place, and then he brought him over to my spot. And then I got to tell Pete, respectfully, like, do this, do that, and it was just cool. Like, we were just like construction workers working together and stuff, I'm all, you need to blow that dust off. And I'd be all up in his shit, and he'd blow the dust right in my face. I'm all right. And then because he used to shape a bunch, right?
Yeah.
So I'm having him square up this board. And I'm walking by him, and I go, "You ever see The Lion King?" And he's like working on the board like this, and he goes, and I'm all remember, like I was like, because I wanted him to shape more,
Yeah.
He's got a lot of good ideas. He's got a crazy aquatic mind.
Yeah.
A lot of good
PMS.
idea.
PMS. Peter Mel Shapes.
Oh,
No, just kidding.
he does have PMS.
Yeah,
Peter
he
Mel
shaped
shapes.
me a couple boards in
Yeah.
him and
Oh
his
no way,
dad.
that's sick.
Yeah, I used to ride for Freeline. That was my
Yeah.
first sponsor, and him and his dad co-shaped a board for me, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so the Mel family is super rad, and one of the only remaining true core surf shops around.
Yeah, they have.
Family owned.
Yeah, they're as close as you can get to like getting just about everything you need right there, because you can buy some parts for your surfboard, and then all the other accoutrements,
They got
But
the ding repair stuff.
Yeah, there's so many guys to mention. Anthony Rufo, I'm working with him. He's very specific about his boards, and he has a lot of feelings about it, which I respect, because you know how when you have a magic board and then it doesn't last forever, right? And you just want it back, you just want to play with that board again. So I'm trying to make him some boards, and I just made him a new one, and I haven't heard anything from him. So I'm either thinking I really blew it, or it really worked. But my second one, I nailed it, and then I forget what number this one is.
Cool.
Yeah, number 4 or something.
And what other local surfers are you shaping boards for in Santa Cruz here?
Oh, there's so many bros and girls around. Yeah. I can't remember all their names.
All right, well, give me a couple.
No, seriously, I can't give you
All right, Homer Hinard.
I haven't. You know what? This is perfect to call out Homer. So happy to meet that guy. He fucking changed my life. He gave me a hernia, and I didn't know that I already had a tear in there, and then it pushed out. Made me laugh too hard with my mouth full of yerba mate and almonds and mango at the same time.
Classic.
But no, his girlfriend's dad prepaid me to make him what we call it, a surfboard for his birthday, and then that's how we met. But then he said, "Hey, let's just kind of work on dinger." He had me work on all. You know how Friday is with all his boards, right? He's got so many killer boards. He was like rubbing into my face Derek Ho pipe boards and stuff, and he has some gnarly boards. And so we did ding repair forever, and then so he hasn't really got a board yet. But
okay, Julian.
Julian Sakin. I just made one for Matt Lansing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Somebody said that he was sleeping on the beach, and he was like hugging the board.
Nice.
I'm all, did you get a picture for me? That would have been like one of the greatest pictures I own. I didn't make all the right decisions my whole life, and I just wanted to check in on him, and I drove to the river mouth, and he wasn't there. I just wanted to see. I'm like, hey, does the board work? Like after we're done, I'm gonna drive through Pleasure and see if I see him or something.
Yeah, Matt.
Where does he lurk?
He lurks all around. He's always at the point.
Yeah,
he hangs out there all the time.
Yeah, I just want to see if the board works.
Yeah,
I hope it does.
I'm sure it does. Well, that's
sometimes
dope.
they don't. That's what Randy Cohn told me.
Yeah,
because I was like, we were having arguments on about the CNC, not arguments, no, just just witty comments,
banter,
commentary.
Yeah. Well, that's dope.
No, that's super fun.
Well, let's just kind of get into your whole place burnt down, your shaping place burnt down and stuff, and then so at what point did you get the place that you're at now? Because you got a sick spot right by Lagunas there.
Yeah. We'll see. Like, remember I said week 3, I had FEMA money. Like after week 2 was done, after the fire, I had FEMA money. I was I went to Home Depot. I got all the shit to make a 8 foot long, 16 feet long, 8 foot walls with like 13 or like something like some gable roof up there and a big ass door. My friend Rory Howland came and built, and yeah, I started off in that, and then I started getting too much traffic. We only have 4 houses where I live, right? And so my landlord's like, "Hey, you might need to find a spot." And so then I asked Billy Redoni if he had a barn, and he's all, "Yeah, meet me at the farm stand." So I met him there. He's all, "Follow me," and he like when he. Because I know all his farms, right? And I was thinking he was going to put me up in Davenport, like by the landing, right? At Seaside Farms. And he turned left and my stomach dropped. I'm all, oh, fuck. I'm all, no. And then we went down that road and he showed me that barn. And I was like, fuck. Because John Frambrini used to own it. And he would never give me that barn, ever. Right? He was just classic like that. And he's a good friend of mine. But yeah, Billy's like, here it is. There was a giant Brussels sprout machine that was rotten. It was missing the roof. The whole floor had to be replaced. There was electricity, but no electrical. Like, it was starting from scratch from that. But since I'd already like kind of survived for a year after the fire, I had this new high and low gear. Like nothing seemed like a challenge to me like that. All I gotta do is build a new floor. And so I was able to pull it off and rebuilt that whole barn. Like, yeah, it was a lot. Everything that's inside is like, yeah, from the rebuild. Yeah, it's cool. It was rad. I made that place like a home for people when they come there. It's like no other spot.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's like kind of just nestled up there right on Highway 1 just right off the freeway. You know, you look out the window and
it's like a freeway.
Yeah.
They go fast.
And you see all the blue sky and the ocean, and you're right there.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's a cool place. You got people popping in all the time to kind of hang out and talk story.
Mostly dudes.
Yeah, you like that.
Thanks. You're under Neil More Dudes.
Yeah.
Remember that?
No.
You don't remember that at the log jam?
No, I'm having a hard time remembering what I had for breakfast.
I'm having a hard time too. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Okay, so
yes.
You're shaping the boards up there, and then you also have your little library as well.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you
I'm working
tell us
on
about
that?
Yeah.
I just been collecting magazines forever, and there's things that in the material world, there's things that I care about, and there's like I don't really have a lot of anything fancy, but like I consider those magazines the history of surfing. Those are those tales that are lost. The ones on Instagram and all that, that's totally cool. I get to see my friends like shredding, right? And it's cool. It's like we're in a new era, but to save the mags and to know all those stories, that's my job. I feel like I've read just about every one of those mags and back and forth, and so I'm trying to make a library. And then, people are donating magazines. Pete Mill got me 2 boxes of mags. People have donated Surfer's Journal. I remember, like, my feelings got kind of hurt when both of my houses burned down and my surf shop, right? I remember in my bathroom, I made it special, like right above the toilet. It was like 100 Surfer's Journals. So when I had to take a poop, I'd find the article that I wanted to check out.
Nice.
Yeah, I was living big.
Yeah.
And they were all gone.
Oh no. Well, you're rebuilding, and
yeah.
And so I think surf magazines is like so sick because that used to be like our way of getting the news about the comps, the contests, the trips that guys went on. And there's a lot of really talented writers, really talented photographers, guys like Nelly and Tony
Oh,
Roberts, you know, but just filling those pages with just magic. And I used to read those things like front to back, sit in the bathtub for hours and read Surfing magazine
you was
twice.
in the bathtub? That's dangerous, bro, with a magazine.
Well, you
Got
know,
that thing wet.
yeah, it happened, dude. But
That's crazy. I never heard that technique, actually. That's crazy.
dude, I used to sit in the bath and like read for hours. Like,
Really?
yeah, read novels and stuff. And like, yeah, the water would get cold, and then I'd like unplug it, let it go down, put fresh hot water.
I'm learning
in
a
it.
lot about you today. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you are. Yeah. Who are some of the surfboard shapers that you look up to, like all-time surfboard shapers?
Chris McElroy. Like, God, there's like, so, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, there's so many. Like, Chris McElroy, Timmy Patterson, Rick Rock, Daryl Butzko, Matt Biolis, Marcio Zuvi. For the gnarliest shaper, I think Dylan Longbottom wins, right? For me. Britt Merrick, Al Merrick, dude, all the guys that shape for Al Merrick, you know, I think they're all better. You know, I think all these brands are better than mine, you know? I don't know if I'm just getting lucky or I know what I'm doing, but I look up to everybody unless it's a board that doesn't look good, and I don't look up to that board. But there's millions of shapers I look up to. Eric Arakawa, all the Hawaiian guys, you know, like, yeah.
And in what ways do you think that your boards could improve?
Well, I think they're supposed to always improve. Like, my next board should be my best board, right? You know how they would improve? You just spend more, like, making a surfboard after you're done shaping is fairly easy, right? Those are industrial stages, right? Making the surfboard is sculpture. So I've been actually training myself to like remember every step shaping. And then when I got sober, I was like, that's what I'm doing. I'm cleaning my phone, my body of all, like, losing weight, and then reprogramming, putting my screen back together to where everything's lined up, right? And so I've been spending more time in the shaping room on whatever board I'm working on because I'm going for the best I can do, right? So that's how I can do it. I think it just takes spending more time, which they don't give us a lot of out there, you know? Mm-hmm. But I think it's worth it because that's my sculpture. And now maybe I'm doing good. All my boards, every board gets judged. Doesn't matter. It, you know, from right, yeah. Once some things started happening for me again, you know? I've had stuff happen, you know? But on this time around, I'm like, bro, you need to keep building on it. And like, I think I could do something better tomorrow. You know, that's my attitude. Well, why can't you do something better than what you did today, you know? And that's what I'm just kind of, the fire kind of taught me that, you know?
Yeah, and working with surfers, it's kind of like a surfer is going to be the most harshest critic of the board that you shape them because their ego's wrapped up in their performance. And if it's
the look and stuff, yeah. I knew I graduated to another level when people were inquiring about, Zealand Hunter rode my board. Zealand Hunter story. He got 46 waves on my board at Mavericks. Josh Loya has the record at like 52 or 54 and no falls. Zealand got to 46. He came to my shop with a lost board and he goes, check this board out, it's sick. It was the sick board, but I was like, bro, you're not gonna go for the streak on my board? Bro, you're already there. I gave him 2 boards, right? So then he jumped on a wave, so he broke the streak and he said, I didn't fall. I'm like, bro, you jumped.
yeah,
That's considered a fall.
yeah, guaranteed.
So I have this other Grom, Creighton, and Creighton Siders, and he's from San Diego. He's on 39 drops. He goes to UCSC, and I have a lot of kids, you know what I mean? It's cool. And so, yeah, those guys, they're just charging. It's rad.
Sick.
Yeah, I had to give him a shout out.
Hell yeah. And what's the most annoying thing about a surfer?
Everything.
Yeah, who's trying to
All of them.
get
Just kidding.
trying to
Bro,
get
you don't even
aboard?
know how many guys I get to break up with, bro. It's fun. Well, maybe, no, it's funny to become a counselor for a lot of, I counsel people. I am a professional counselor. That's what I do. I make surfboards, so I'm a nonprofit, right? And then I get everybody, when people come in, they either want me to, okay, so they either want me to make them a dream, they want their dream to come true, or they want me to they want me to like save them because they got a ding repair. So it's pretty hilarious. It's like you need 4x4 up here and right here and right here, and so it's fun. Actually, it's fun. But yeah. What was the question again? I just got
Well,
sidetracked.
yeah, just
What's
talking about people ordering boards and what's the most annoying thing about, somebody ordering a board, whether it's somebody who's
when we
like,
talk about it for a long time, right? And then we get in the shaping room and I got their blank that they want. I'm like, okay, what size board? I already know what they want. I mean, they told me a little bit, but I'm like, okay, I'm really gonna do some work on your board. So I don't know. What do you think? And I think you didn't study for the test. I'm like, how wide? Um, I don't know. What do you think? Like if you don't study for your test, of like giving me some answers to my questions, I'm like, bro, what do you want me to make you? You want me to just? They're all, I thought you just make it up. I'm like, oh, well, because some people are real specific, like to a 16th or like, a quarter inch or whatever. So a lot of times I am counseling them on what they rode and were they getting enough waves and going, okay, we can use the same curve, but we're going to go a little wider on your outline. And then then it's derived off a certain number, some blanks. It just depends. Like I just have so many templates that when you change one from what number it came out of, everything changes a little bit. So you have to be creative and know pencil, like what a good clean curve looks like, because if you have like little discrepancies, it's a lot. The shaping part, that's the best, dude. I could sing. I was telling Randy, where's the rap music, bro? Like with the speaker, like in my shaping room, it was crazy because I was like, fuck. I'm like, he was doing all this computer stuff, designing the board, like tweaking stuff, and I'm like, this is probably not where you would listen to super loud music. Like he's got two computers going, dude. He's gnarly. Yeah.
do you think that CNC or the computer cuts is something that you would ever get into? Or are you too attached to your hand shaping?
I just like hand shaping. Yeah, I'm doing it to be hardcore and fun. Like, if I do that machine work right, you know how many songs I don't get to sing to that board? I sing so many songs to that board. I've cried on boards on purpose, and I wasn't even sad. Those are real good tears. I Chase LaRue. Oh yeah, Chase LaRue. I'm gonna make him a gun for Mavs next year. He was the only guy to catch a wave by hand on that giant day with Aloe and Pete and all those guys.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he got a fucking.
Did anyone take a picture of that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sick.
You have to look it up on his Instagram, Chase LaRue.
Okay.
Yeah. And my goal is if I can make everybody happy that works like I do my boards or whatever. That's all I'm really going for. I'm not doing it to get rich. I'm doing it because I love surfing, and irritating moments happen all the time, right? So I don't want to pinpoint I just like making fun because that's what we do. Santa Cruz, San Clemente, Huntington.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, heckle. I love how Munster was saying that stuff. That was classic.
For sure. Well, that's the thing is, it's this brotherhood, and like you mentioned these zones, Santa Cruz, San Clemente. You got to be thick-skinned around here to be able to throw barbs at each other, and it's all good natured and good fun, but sometimes.
Have you ever gone head to head with Austin Smith Ford?
Dude, for sure.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That guy is like RoboCop. I'm like, boom, 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 and it's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
He's
had to,
top notch. He's like my white doppelganger.
yeah, Smith Ford. Yeah.
Younger one.
Well, I think I was in Hawaii. It was maybe his first trip to the North Shore. I don't remember who he was staying with, but I was staying with my friend Nick Wells, and he'd come over to my place and hang out and stuff. And I'll never let him live this down, but I caught him double dipping on the Skippy peanut butter. He took a scoop, ate it off the spoon, and then double dipped my peanut butter.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. About what he do with your he did what with your peanut butter? He double dipped. Oh yeah. Ew.
Yeah.
And there's no way. There's no. Yeah, there's a lot of connection in there. That's like sticky icky. So yeah, a double dip. Bro.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a quick-witted guy. Austin's down in Mexico right now, and he got piped on your board. We're waiting to see the clips. When's he gonna drop that?
Oh God! And you know what? He left his board out in the sun, and it de-lambed. I'm like, bro, because I told him because he wanted all these colors on there so he could be seen. And no, I'm just kidding around. He's insane, but he got some darker colors, and my thought, like my first thought was like, bro, like you had your board. I tell people, everybody who gets dark color, I'm like, those fucking things get hot, and then your board gets emotional inside. It's like it's getting heated up, you know. So the whole deck, the whole bottom delambed or something, a big part. And so they're in the best spot to get it fixed, though. But he sent me 2 clips, and he's like, "For your eyes only, bitch." And then he said, "Part 2." And then I was just like, dude, I'm like, whatever. It's good stuff, though. I appreciate it. No, because their fucking cat he got some good waves on it. He's probably just trying to put an edit together.
Yeah.
Or just fucking with me, one or the other.
Probably.
A little both.
Yeah, he's good at that. Well, what's in the future for you? Just making boards, making people happy, and keeping busy?
My future of making surfboards is reinventing myself every day. Thinking about how I could use the potential of, like, I'm all, what? People are all, whoa, bro, you're fucking... I got like, I don't know, like 6,800 people following me or something like that. That's a lot of folks, you know, like I'm thinking like I could still be crazy, but say some really good shit because we're in crazy times right now. We're in crazy times where we need to all like, bro, this is like the year that we should start getting like ungreedy, you know what I mean? And start working. Cause like if everyone picked up trash for an hour or whatever, like they're around the world, you know, like, and did their little part wherever, bro, we could make a difference, you know? And so what I do to feel good about myself, because I've already created this snowball effect, right? So now I'm responsible for these 11 trash cans. I have a trailer. I call it Earth First. And so I go, you know what? If I show up early, get my mocha at 6:30 in the morning, get to my shop by 7, and I show the earth and the ocean my love, you know, for an hour a day, you know, I feel it would be good luck for my surfboards. You know what I mean? I try and create that in my head. I'm like, bro, this is for good luck. There's my boss right there.
Yeah.
I don't want to, if my boss shuts down, you know, like I lose my job. So.
Yeah. Mother Earth is watching all of us. So we got to do our part. And
right.
It's great that you're leading by example to kind of, and using your social media presence to kind of shine light on all this.
I think everybody, like, you know, I don't know what the percentage is, you know, but I think everybody deep down inside wants positive change. And sometimes you just need a nudge in the right direction. Like, because maybe you didn't like, or you're just not maybe inventive on like, how can I make like picking up trash. If you like clean up a spot and show up with a trash picker upper, bro, not only is it comedy, it could be, and but you just like when you look back at it, you're like, fuck, it's all clean. It like feels really good. It does. It's frustrating at first, but then it feels super cool. You're like, fuck, it feels like, you know, going to confession. I don't know what it feels.
Well, people appreciate it too.
No, that's cool. Yeah. And everyone's doing, there's a lot, all my friends are doing it. This is like, I'm just like shouting. I'm just like the Davenport crier. That's what I say. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing any special moves that no one else is doing, right? I mean, I'm just doing it. And I'm trying to draw more attention to it through my media presence, because I feel like if I'm not making, like, if I'm not rich, you know, from my accomplishments, you know, like, I knew I would never be rich making surfboards, right? So I feel like if I'm rich through my accomplishments, helping others, because it comes back, and I'm not doing it for the comeback, but it does, you know, in different ways and different times. It's cool. It's beyond cool. It's just the way to live, you know. So I'm just finding a new way to live this surfing journey, because I've gone through 33 years of reinvention, and I'm thinking this is a good year to be reinvented into like a community oriented person, like a little harder than I've ever tried, you know?
Yeah.
And all that's going to do is feel good, I think.
Yeah. Well,
But it's going to be work, you know?
People are paying attention, and
yeah,
hopefully we can, you know, continue to remind people through this podcast and just keep spreading that positive kind of message of taking care of our earth and our surroundings.
I could tell it's working, because I'm getting a lot of been getting a lot of followers from doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right? More than when I claimed the best barrel, or I just got the cover, or I had a big wave world tour win, or whatever, like a cool clip. People all want to see that, you know? And that's part of the whole magazine, you know? It can't be just one story, but I think the story that I'm going for right now is just like a little bit more awareness of like how we can make change, and we don't take it too far. Like, because all these creature comforts that we have, if we start fucking up, they're going to get taken away from us. And we're like, dude, we're going to be like little babies, right? So if we're like cleaning up our footprint of like our daily whatever, right? Like, oh, I bought some with this, I bought that, and, you know, the wrapper, whatever, you know, but if we're leaving that every day, bro, it's going to catch up to us, because what happens is it goes, and then you're like, oh, it's gone. It blew into the water. Now it's underwater, and you don't even see it. Those Pacific gyres, bro, there's so many cool entities that are cleaning the rivers, cleaning the ocean and stuff, bro. We kind of need to get serious on it. We need some new politicians for America in general, you know, that are like more geared towards like, I don't know, like taking care of America like it's their kid, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's not really happening right now. I just make surfboards, bro. I'm nobody special. I'm just trying to do something special, you know, and just create a little change for our community and be more aware of the kids. Like, if anything, like on this podcast, like I want to come out, like it has to be about the kids, because those are the guys and girls that are going to grow up and make the decisions. One of these days, they're going to help their Uncle Neff cross the street, and I can't do it by myself, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, we got to invest in the future.
Yeah.
It's for damn sure.
That's my main thing.
All right. Well, this has been the Split Peak Soup podcast. We had a great time chatting about surfboards, community action, all types of fun stuff. And we'll have to get you on here another time soon, you know, do a little recap, see what kind of action has, you know, eventuated from our exposure. And,
yeah.
But yeah, it's been a pleasure to talk to you, and just have to do a shout out. We're part of the Santa Cruz Vibes podcast network, and the Santa Cruz Vibes magazine comes out quarterly. There's a new magazine that's in the works right now. It should be out soon. So be sure to check those out any way you can. And until the next time, this has been the Split Peak Soup Podcast.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
I just want to thank everybody that puts up with me and everyone I love out there. Appreciate you.
Yeah, facts. All right, you guys, we'll check in with you soon.